Welcome back to an introductory course on ground support equipment. In this lecture, we will learn how all the ground support equipment work together to service the aircraft. Whenever the aircraft lands, the airport operation staff is already being communicated with the estimated time of arrival of the aircraft. They begin to make their preparations for the approaching flight, such as conducting inspections of the equipment. After taxiing, when the aircraft finally reaches its bay, all the staff and equipments are maintained at a safe distance from the aircraft. Once the jet engines are turned off, the ground support operation begins. GPU is one of the first pieces of the equipment to be engaged with the aircraft in case the APU is unserviceable. Then the passenger boarding bridge is engaged with the aircraft to allow the passengers to disembark from the aircraft. Since engines are off, the PCA unit is engaged to maintain the environment comfortable for passengers and crew. Cargo loaders and belt loaders are positioned with the aircraft to unload the passenger luggage from the cargo compartment. Meanwhile, cargo dollies and baggage carts are towed to the aircraft stand for transferring the luggage to the airport building or another aircraft if it is a connecting flight. After completion of the unloading, loading of the next flight is carried out. After passengers have exited the aircraft refueling equipment, either by fuel hydrant dispenser or the fuel truck, is engaged with the aircraft. Lavatory service truck services the waste tanks and portable water truck refills the aircraft water tanks, followed by the catering truck which brings up the meal trolleys from the flight kitchen for replenishing the meal supplies and retrieving the empty trolleys to convey them back to the flight kitchen. When all of these servicing is completed, all the equipment is disengaged from the aircraft except for the GPU unit and PCA unit. And by this time, the terminal launch is already filled with the passengers awaiting boarding for their next flight. The airline staff soon starts the boarding of the passengers, and meanwhile, the ground handling crew arranges the towing tractor and air starter unit to prepare for the aircraft pushback. Once all the passengers have boarded the plane, aircraft doors are finally closed, the passenger boarding bridge is disengaged and retracted. ASU is used to start one of the main engines of the aircraft. Once the engine is started, the GPU and PCA unit is disconnected as the idling engine takes over the electrical and air conditioning systems of the aircraft. ASU is disconnected here and the towing tractor crew awaits for the pilot signal for pushback. After receiving the signal, the towing tractor driver pushes the aircraft back to the nearest taxiway from where the aircraft reaches the runway and takes off. So in this way, all the equipment which we have learned about so far work together and prepare it for the next flight. The total time consumed for when the aircraft is parked at the bay till the time it is pushed back is called turnaround time, which we will discuss in the next lecture.